Hello and welcome to Curious Mind. Have you ever thought about first day on Earth? Now, I know what you might be thinking: how can we possibly know what the first day on Earth was like, when the planet is estimated to be about 4.5 billion years old? Well, while it is true that there are no direct observations or records from this time period, scientists have been able to piece together a good understanding of what the early Earth may have been like based on evidence from the geological record and computer simulations. In this video, we'll be exploring some of the characteristics of the early Earth that scientists believe may have been present, such as a thick atmosphere, a hotter climate, and a lack of oxygen. We'll also discuss the possible consequences of these conditions for the early Earth and any possible life that may have existed at the time. So sit back, relax, and let's journey back in time to the first day on Earth. While it is not possible to say for certain what the first day on Earth was like, scientists have a good understanding of what the early Earth may have been like based on evidence from the geological record and computer simulations. Early Earth is thought to have had a much thicker atmosphere than it does today, and have had a much hotter climate than it does today, possibly due to the greenhouse effect of the thick atmosphere. Early Earth is thought to have had very little or no oxygen in its atmosphere. This is based on evidence from the geological record and computer simulations, which suggest that the early Earth was a much different place than it is today. The lack of oxygen in the early Earth's atmosphere may have had a number of consequences, such as the lack of oxygen-based respiration and the presence of anoxic environments. Some theories about the origins of oxygen on Earth suggest that it may have gradually accumulated over time, potentially as a result of the emergence of photosynthesizing organisms. It is believed that the first forms of life on Earth evolved much later, after the conditions on the planet became more suitable for life to thrive. The early Earth is thought to have been a very different place than it is today, with characteristics such as a thick atmosphere, a hotter climate, and very little or no oxygen in the atmosphere. These conditions may not have been conducive to the emergence and evolution of life. However, as the Earth cooled and the atmosphere and conditions changed, it became possible for life to emerge and evolve. Scientists continue to study the early Earth in order to better understand the conditions that may have led to the emergence of life and the evolution of the first forms of life on our planet. The primordial soup theory. The primordial soup hypothesis is a theory about the origins of life on Earth. According to this theory, the first forms of life may have emerged in an organic soup that consisted of a mixture of simple organic molecules. This organic soup may have formed as a result of chemical reactions that took place in the early Earth's atmosphere and oceans, possibly aided by sources of energy such as lightning or ultraviolet light. The idea is that, over time, these simple organic molecules may have combined and evolved into more complex molecules and eventually the first living cells. While the primordial soup hypothesis is one of the most well-known and widely accepted theories about the origins of life, it is still just a theory, and much about the early Earth and the emergence of life remains a mystery. The hydrothermal vent theory. According to this theory, the first forms of life may have emerged around hydrothermal vents in the Earth's oceans. Hydrothermal vents are cracks in the Earth's crust that release hot, mineral-rich water, and they are thought to have been present on the early Earth. The idea is that, in the harsh and inhospitable environment around these vents, simple organic molecules may have formed and eventually evolved into the first living cells. Some scientists believe that the energy and nutrients available at hydrothermal vents may have provided the necessary conditions for the emergence and evolution of life on Earth. While the hydrothermal vent hypothesis is one of the theories about the origins of life, it is still just a theory, and much about the early Earth and the emergence of life remains a mystery. Thank you for watching and please subscribe.